Welcome to part 2. And if you want to know more about the characters, watch part 1. And if you want to refresh, this is basically a what-if reboot of a British cartoon about a vegetarian vampire duck, because ketchup. I know, very odd. This is episode more explaining what would season 1 be like, so enjoy me about rambling of a what-if situation. So episode 1 would just be the setup. We get to see the previous Duckula and how he died, and then Igor and Nanny go and try to summon him, revive him, and that turned out not very well. And yeah, this drives Igor crazy. And yep, that's episode 1, everybody. Episode 2 is mostly going to be about Duckula going down to town because he wants to get a role in a play to at least get his feet started. However, he went on the wrong day because it's Garlic Day, which is a holiday where people make garlic food and have the garlic princess competition. Is basically where people wear dresses based around garlic and see who has the best. And then there's also vampire piatas. The reason for this holiday existing is because of the Von Goose family. One of their ancestors basically killed a previous Duckula by having him consume garlic. And so this holiday was celebrated, though the meaning kind of lost over time. In the previous day, the Von Goosling family has 2 family members. Von Goosling himself, who's the town's madman, and his niece Vanna, who's a kindergarten teacher. She's basically bringing him to the holiday on good behavior. This is also where Vanna meets Duckula, and the two kind of just chill out. However, the problem is that her uncle is trying to kill him because he thinks that he's a vampire. Which, to be fair, he is a vampire. And then he accidentally revealed that he's a vampire to the mayor. However, the mayor lies to the townsfolk saying there's no vampires. And that's how episode 2 ends. Episode 3 is basically Duckula and the crew go buy a car from a very shady businesswoman and her haunted car dealership. Von Goosling is also there, but he's mostly there because he wants tools for his machine and does take it as an opportunity to go and kill Duckula. Episode 3 is going to be about Duckula becoming a YouTuber, but failing because he can't actually film himself. So out of rage, he throws the phone down, which accidentally summons a angry phone monster. Gonna be a parody off of the LOL Man. In case for people who don't know what the LOL Man is, it's basically a movie monster. To summon it, you have to type down 3 times, doing it for the lols. However, at the end of the episode, Duckula eventually becomes a YouTuber. Episode 4 would be about Vanna inviting Duckula to come to her kindergarten classroom. He also takes Nanny and Igor there with him. However, Igor gets distracted because he goes talk to his old friend who happens to be there. Nanny, on the other hand, just, go watch it, and she thinks it's adorable, and Duckula is bored out of his mind. But also another thing, Vanna brings her best friend, who happens to be a rabbit, who dislikes Duckula, mostly because she finds him as a fake person. However, during the episodes, each kid gets kidnapped. By who, you may ask? Well, the Phantom. Why is he kidnapping kids is mostly because he found it rather disrespectful that they use the opera stage play for using their play. As well as Igor's best friend happens to work for the Phantom. So yeah, Igor is helping his friend kidnapping kids. Duckula and her friend notice that these kids are disappearing, so go investigate and team up with each other. Not because they like each other, but because there's a greater evil at play. They find the Phantom, but were unable to defeat him. However, who came to save them was Nanny and her terrible singing voice, which scared off the phantom away, ending up saving the kids. However, the stage got destroyed and the mayor plans to rebuild it with a mall over it, which kind of upset the locals, but they have nothing they can do. Episode 5 concept maybe doesn't really fit, because the idea is like Duckula discovering 3 ghost kittens, and the reason why the ghost kittens exist is because a grieving cat mother, a normal cat, not a sentient cat, is grieving over their deaths, and she is unable to move on. Like, it's pretty depressing for a Duckula episode. Episode 6, on the other hand, is a little bit more lighthearted, where Duckula and Nanny go bake a cake, and we get a backstory for Nanny. Episode 7 is kind of where Von Goosling decided to join a group of other vampire hunters going to hunt down Duckula. However, one of them becomes a werewolf and now wants revenge on Duckula for turning him into a freak. Episode 7 would be about Vanna looking for her uncle. Final episode is Duckula inviting Vanna to his house for a date. However, Igor has other plans. So Igor basically invites Duckula's whole cousins to basically pressure him to kill Vanna. However, he tries to disguise Vanna as a vampire. However, at the end of the episode, he decided to stand up for his family. And yeah, Vanna gets to live. Yay. That's how I would do season 1 for the series. Unless you have other episode suggestions. And yeah, have a nice day or night.